Okay, so I feel like there's been some twin bashing going on, and I want to say that it's not like that. I'm there by choice. And he has always, as somebody told me that he's a narcissist, that he's putting me through this or whatever, but he has always been upfront. He has always said that it's a friendship. And he even asked me. And then he said, if it's too hard for you, I don't, then we can you know, stay away from each other. And he asked me, would I prefer to have him as, would I like if I could let go of the would I rather have him as a friend in my life without the romantic feelings, or hold on to that and not have him, you know and of course I would prefer to have him as a friend. He's like super cool. We're like best friends. He's so funny and he's so smart, and I'm that those are the reasons why I fell so head over heels for him, because he's funky. He's funky, and he's so smart and emotionally intelligent, and he puts me through lessons that I see afterwards, the wisdom in them, and I feel as though he also puts himself on the line so that I can get the lessons, like and continue to rise on the spiritual awakening, because every single one of these planters that I go over, I become that much stronger. So like with this latest one, it's there's so many lessons in it. There are people walking through the valley now. It's kind of pulling me off of focus. So I'm gonna pause this for a sec. So I feel like a lot of the lesson that, oh, there's more people. Okay, the dogs just took up running. Something up there is making noise. I'm just hiking down from there's caves up there. I was in the middle of hiking down from, and I decided to sit down and make this video. So I feel like the lesson that I'm getting in this is letting go, not getting caught up in things, releasing expectations, which is um, releasing expectations of outcomes. So it's like release. It's like letting go of attachment. That's what it is. Letting go of attachment of outcome. Just allowing things to be as they are and be in the moment. What is. There is no, if it's a good for me in the moment, then it's good. There is no expectation of how things should be. And when there is no expectation of how things should be, there is no pain, because there's nothing you're pushing against. Everything is exactly as it is and exactly as it is supposed to be. So that's letting go of attachment. Letting go of attachment of situations, of outcomes, of even things, attachment to people, attachment um, to possessions, attachment to beliefs. Stay fluid, and you just kind of move with what is, and then there is no pain in anything. And then you also are curious, because you allow the world to open up for you, to you, for you, with you. from within you. Trying to see which way to go down. I think I'm going to go down that way. I'll show you where I'm at. So those are the caves up there. I was sitting up there for a while. And that is where I came from. I'm in Nakalamun. And there's Lola. And Lola needs a haircut. And there is Rexy. And then that's the other side. See, there's also way over there. There's caves all over this mountainside. Okay. So those are the thoughts that I'm having on that. And I feel like I'm being guided in this, that this is all divinely guided. Everything that I'm getting, all of these lessons, everything comes in at the exact time for the next step, for the next level, for the next release. And along with this release, like the release of expectation, the release of need, of attachment, of outcome, of holding on to any kind of, just letting things be as they are, and letting go of the just allowing things to be as they are, just like a release. And then getting back into enjoying the moment. And today, for instance, I realized that if I just stay busy, things get done. And one thing moves to another thing. So all day long, I was just busy. At the end of the day, I did things. How much income those things are going to bring, I'm not sure. But I feel movement, and I feel like movement inside of me. Like all of a sudden, I'm looking at all sorts of other ideas. Other ideas are popping into my head, especially with this new AI thing. I've been checking it out and checking out its capabilities. And it's still pretty new to have an opening to get in with certain things. There's a window of opportunity. And I'm liking it. That's something. It's like tickling my brain. Ooh, boy. I stepped on a rock and it let go underneath my foot. But that was pretty good. Nothing. It's like everything is good. So it's like tickling my brain in places that haven't been awake in a long time. Like the technical, try to figure. It's like this playful thing. Like this seeing business as a game kind of thing, where you start playing with, it's like tuning something. So I started with the advertising, and that gets your technical brain moving. Because I'm thinking about, there's like a sweet spot in there that you have to find, where you're spending as little as possible to get the biggest outcome. There's like a sweet spot. And always in the beginning, you have to really pay attention, because if you go too far down below, you don't get any kind of advertising. If you go I'm talking about bids. If you bid too far above, then you're paying way too much. You're paying more. So you kind of have to like inch it up and tighten the keywords. So you really have to be hands-on in the first part when you're getting it set up and tweaking it. To get the maximum. You take off keywords that you're getting a lot of clicks on, but nobody's buying from. So you're just paying for the clicks and you're not getting any return on it. And you really have to be hands-on with it. So those are the kinds of things that are like waking up certain parts of my brain that have been kind of sleeping. And then, on the AI, it's like the more accurate of a question you ask, the more accurate of an answer you get. And I'm seeing how I can use AI to build listings that are search engine optimized. And I started putting up some listings today. Now, are any of the listings that I put up today, do I think they're like the grand winner? No. But it's starting to get me to think about other things, like asking AI all sorts of other questions about products that I think might go. And it's giving me all sorts of answers. It's like you can ask it whatever you want, and it gives you. It's really cool. And I know it's collecting. And there's certain parts of it that are also like super scary, because I can see how it's a mega monster. It's a mega monster. It's something that's going to put so many people, so many mom and pop shops, that it's changing. It's going to change the world. It's a world changer. And so it's a big shakeup. Like, if the corona wasn't enough, this AI is coming in, and it's a world shakeup. I mean, I just see how quickly I can do what would have taken me 2 days, I can do in 5 minutes. Maybe a little longer than 5 minutes, but I can do it like super quick, because I just ask the question and get the answer, even keywords, everything. I don't have to do all the homework. So I can see how this is going to be something that's really going to reduce manpower that's needed. So it's really, everything seems to be aligning so perfectly with the shift into the new world, because everything in the old world is getting shaken up. Everything. You even see it you see it globally. The old systems are collapsing under themselves because they're out of whack. And so then when you build something that is not on a proper foundation, which is that humanity lives in synchronicity with nature around it, that is the foundation of our beings. We are of this earth, part of this earth. We are fed from this earth. We will be given back to this earth. We are of its essence. Everything that's in us is of this earth. Everything that we eat is from this earth. We're in the big cycle. We're in the big mishmash. And the foundations of the old world are shifting. There's a new era. And so there are big changes coming. It's a balloon. The blue thing is a balloon. One of those helium balloons that... And this is where they end up. I see them all over the mountains. So, like, I see it as with my twin flame, I see it as I had it earlier, perfect. It'll come back. It's like exactly what I need, I get from him. Exactly what is, not need, I don't say need, but exactly what is the next step on my spiritual awakening is what I'm pushed through. And I feel like the opposite is the same too. And you go through all the emotions, being, it's like drama, comedy, and you see it on so many different levels, and you see so many different moving parts to the whole story. It's a freaking, if you could somehow take that story and tell it, there's like different storylines going on all these different levels. There's all sorts of things being said on different storylines, and it's like mind melding. I guess what it does is it really shakes you up in places of indecision until you come into your own and you're like, okay, I'm not willing to let anything outside of me move me like that anymore. And another thing is that today I started feeling a little bit excited about my work. I started feeling excited about my work, about something moving for me, about being able to see, first of all, be busy all day, be busy, and actually accomplish some things at the end of the day. And I'm just going by what I feel like needs to be done next. I did a big list. There's some things, and really I'm trying to be in the moment. So I'm trying to go from thing to thing as they are relevant and come up in my mind. I don't want to have big long lists sitting on my back. I want to just move along and see what needs to be done and slowly do it as it comes along. There are some things like today, things that are out of the ordinary that I want to accomplish and that I do want written down, but it's just a few things on a piece of paper, and not like I used to have this infinite list of to-dos over pages and pages and pages of a notebook. And then every once in a while, I would get the notebook, the live notebook. And if I lost the notebook, first of all, it was always nice when I lost the notebook because it was a fresh start. But first it was like, all my to-dos and lists of things and all sorts of things. And somehow I got to here and I didn't need it all. So the amount of times that I lost it. So I figure the easiest, and it always is like a big mumbo jumbo. Like I would sit every once in a while and I would take the whole notebook and I would separate it into different lists. So lists for the house, lists for the kids, lists for my work, lists for when I go into town, like all these different lists, and they would be on different pages. Lists of projects that I want to do someday, but I don't want to forget them. Yeah, so if I want to do a project and it comes up in my mind, I should just do it. Instead of just procrastinating on it and having it on like this long to-do list. See, this is why I like talking. Because I talk all sorts of things out. And I feel like on the twin flame journey, I'm just going to move with it as it flows. So yesterday, when I talked to him, he said that he needs some space, basically. Something like that. Not exactly like that, but something like that. Yeah, we're going through our own things. And I'm just going to let it be. I'm excited about my work now. My kids have been school let out. So for a couple of days now, I think from Saturday, and now is what, Tuesday? From Saturday, they've been at their father's, and school's been out this week. So I've just pretty much been on my own. Last night I went down to the beach, and that was really fun to see everybody. And today, the majority of the day, well, all day, I've been by myself pretty much. Yeah, I think I've pretty much been by myself all day. I might have gone over in the morning. I did. I went over to my parents' house in the morning for about a half an hour. But besides that, I've just been by myself all day working on the computer. I've been listening to some podcasts and stuff. And yesterday when I was at the beach, I recorded a podcast. It was a conversation. It's going to be in Hebrew, though. It's in Hebrew. With one of the guys that lives down there on the beach, and he's like super smart, like genius, off of the wall. So he was explaining something to me, and I really wanted to like grasp the concept, and I asked him if I could record it, and he said yeah. And so I pulled out my phone, I started recording it, and he started over for me, and he explained the whole concept. It's the concept about finding what you truly want, what your true self wants. And so he explained it really nice, and I have it recorded. And I think I'm going to make a YouTube movie out of it and put it, maybe I'll put it, I think I'll put it on Facebook, maybe, because it's in Hebrew. Maybe I'll put it in on YouTube. But you can't see anything. It's just him talking. So maybe I'll put a picture of him and I, and then put that on top of it. Okay, well, I think I'm about, look, right there's the pillar. I think I'm about 5 minutes from the car, so I'm going to stop this here. Now I'm just talking. So, and really, okay, another thing about my twin, because that's why I started this. Another thing is that the fact that I get hurt is not because, if it's my hurt, it's mine. It's not because he's mistreating me. He's treating me like he would treat any other friend. You know, and, if, if I'm a valuable friend to him and he's a valuable friend to me, then that would be the thing to do. Just treat me like a normal friend. And if I get hurt, I need to get over it and come back to my center. Because what is the alternative? Not to be friends? Yeah, I can't. Yeah, you can't force somebody for an attraction. And we're like really good friends, like really good friends. So I would rather have the friendship for sure, for sure. He's like the coolest person ever. Like that's the whole attraction, because he's like the coolest person ever. Like right up my alley. And also as a friend, like we like the same things. We're interested in the same things. We think the same things are funny. We're polar opposites of each other, which is also funky because it's like this funky mirror. It's like, you get to see like what the exact opposite of you is. It's like looking at yourself in a mirror. It's like the opposite. It's like flipped. And what's funny also is that he's left-handed. I'm right-handed. I just thought that was funny. I don't know why, but it connects somehow. But it's like everything is pointing in the same direction. Everywhere I go, everybody is talking about the changes that are happening. People are waking up, and what does waking up feel like? Waking up feels also frantic. There, people are wake up and they're first they feel like, oh, I'm losing everything. You know, people's lives are being shooken up now after the corona. And there's movement. You can feel there's a shift in the energy. You can feel a shift in humanity all around you. You can feel it. You can feel it. It's like sometimes I feel like it's the still before the storm, and sometimes I feel like it's the storm, and sometimes I feel like it's just still. Like now. So, it's the waking up into this other dimension. It's waking up into the knowing that this, and everybody knows it within themselves, that all that this is an experience. That's all this is. And you know it because you came into this world with nothing. And when you leave, everything that is important that you are holding on to, the relationship. See, this is the lesson in letting go. The relationships, all the stuff that I fought people for, the money, which hasn't really, you can't eat money. It's really the only value that it has is the value that we put on it. But that's the system. And we're running around after money. Like money is the God. And money is of substance. It's a means. But we forget the means. This is the means. But you can just do this. This belongs to everyone. And to no one. Oh, I have a phone call. So I'll just show you where I was looking. I was looking there. So thank you for watching.